Let me guide you through the way you can use the Final Cut camera on the iPhone. So if you're new here, subscribe and we can get started. So Final Cut, as you may know, is the video editor made for Mac computers and now for iPads. But on the iPhone, we can get the Final Cut camera, which isn't for editing, but it's for capturing photos. I mean, technically videos only, right? But yeah, this is what the logo used to look like before the update, and quite recently with the Creator Studio update, it kind of looks like this, right? So I have it on another phone, and this in the bottom left is the Final Cut camera icon of the latest update. So the way that it works is that you open it up and you want to get inside and start to use it. So we are greeted with this like regular page. You're going to do the same stuff like flipping the camera and so on, right? But there are a few important things. First of all, you would mostly pay attention to this top right corner. The first thing is the settings. So you can tap on it like this and choose the settings, right? So the usual stuff like the format, like the frame size and the frame rate and the stuff which you would normally set up for your footage. Things like the dynamic range, SDR or HDR. You can turn on mirroring, time code, and stabilization, and some of the settings, right? And also the codec, which for me is only one option. So these are like the standard things you choose for the result to be a certain way. But then we also have the tools, which is actually very interesting. And there are things like grid overlay, which of course are these grids, so you can align your subject perfectly into the scene. But also, there is the thing like the level, which means that it's going to show if your phone is like properly oriented or on the level, right? So you can see and manage that as well. So we now have the line in the middle, but also you have more tools available. For example, the aspect ratio guide, but most importantly, the overexposure and focus peaking. Right, so this is actually very interesting because the focus peaking is basically selecting the area of the focused subject in this green color. And the overexposure indicator is, for example, you can see my light in there, my softbox with this red line that shows me that that area of the footage is too bright. So I know based on this that I'm currently focused on this part of the footage and that this part is too bright. Right, so you can obviously do some changes and stuff, but these are the best tools we have in there. And we also have some audio section, so you can pick a different source if you have a microphone or use some different audio types. So these are the settings. That's what I personally use on my Final Cut camera whenever I'm recording. But then we get to this, which controls the footage. This pulls up these toggles at the bottom, and as you can see, we can control things either manually or automatically. So we can start with the zoom, right? You can use that to zoom in. Instead of just clicking, you know, the 1x, 2x, and so on, you kind of like zoom in gradually like that, right? So you have a little bit better control of the zooming type. Then we have the white balance, which we simply do not have available in the built-in camera, right? This is like, you know, making the scene more into this cooler tones or make it more yellowish looking, right? So you can set it up manually or click on the automatic option, right? And choose it based on the environment, or you can choose based on some type of the shooting, like so if you are in the daylight or in a cloudy environment or with a flash, right? So you can pick those options. Then we can move over to the exposure, which consists of the ISO and the shutter, which as well can be set to automatic, which is this right now, but you can also switch it like this to the manual mode, which gives you control manually of the ISO as well as the shutter speed, right? So that's how you can control it manually. Then we move over to the focus. Right now, it's set again to the automatic. You can see the little A right there, but you're going to tap on it, switches to M for manual, right? And now the camera is not in focus anymore. There isn't any like green lighting around it, so you have to kind of like focus it manually, and now you can see it is done properly. And then we have the locked or unlocked, so you can choose the orientation of the footage, and that's kind of how it works. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can just start recording. You can see the time code, which can be the time of the day, right? So as you can see, 21 o'clock 60 minutes 5 seconds. So that's how I like to have it. And then you can browse the footage in there, and of course like share it to your computer, or I don't know, play it back, manage the media, and so on, right? So that's basically a better, more professional camera app, which is supposed to replace the built-in camera which people normally use on their iPhone. So this is my quick guide. Like, if you have some specific questions about this, let me know below. I just wanted to guide you through it. So if you're new here, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later in the future uploads.